Tesla up 0.5% this week. It gave back most of its gains on Thursday, Friday, and TSLY stock did pretty well for the first time I've seen. I think so far in this challenge, I've seen TSLY up higher than its underlying Tesla, which again, it can happen with covered call ETFs. You expect Tesla needs to rise slowly, but rise underneath the covered call strikes, whatever the TSLY covered call strikes are, to be able to pick up a decent gain in the last 5 days. So with TSLY up, my fund was actually down 1.1% this week. And I made a bit of a mistake when I rolled my covered call the week before, which I'll go into inside this video, which is causing me a bit of not a challenge. It's just, I'm a bit off pattern now in terms of what I normally do. So we'll go into that. And then what we'll do, we'll spend some time looking at the charts for this week and show you guys, let you know what happened. And then we can look at to see where we think Tesla's going to be moving over the next week. So if you like the sound of that, all I ask for is that you smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. So as I mentioned, when I rolled my covered call on the 8th, I had the 15th of March expiration, and I rolled it to the 28th of March, which was actually 2 weeks away, as opposed to the 22nd of March, which would have been 1 week away. So that I made a kind of mistake there, because that 320 is now the premium I'll make across 2 weeks. So what's that? $160 a week, which if you have a look here to see what I've been doing, I've been making it way, way, way more than that. So that's caused me a challenge now. So I've added weeks 12 and 13 together for $319. The only benefit at the moment is that my synthetic strike was at 162.50 and Tesla's currently trading at $170. So I am up $833 on the actual synthetic. So therefore I should be making more than that $319. It's just a shame though that hopefully, assuming Tesla continues to stay flat or continues to go up, I should be making more than this $319. I'm just annoyed that I didn't do it as a weekly option as opposed to a 2-week option. So I did 0 trades this week only because I've got the one opportunity, and there's still a lot of value left inside this option, pretty much at the current price, at the call price of 170. So my dividends paid exactly the same. My projected yield is slightly further down, so it was above 20 grand last time. And that's because time has moved on, right? There's been another 7 days added to the calculation, therefore giving me a 67% return. But again, I expect that, assuming Tesla's staying flat or continues to go up, I should be making, again, inside the high 70s or mid 70s for this option. So if we have a look to see what happened for the week, you can see here that we gapped up and then we continued to go higher at the Thursday. It's just that market open where we were at 178.17 and then absolutely plummeted back down. You can see here that we hit the weekly pivot. We had 1, 2, 3 touches. And again, this is why I like to use the weekly pivot as a sense of support and resistance levels. So you can see my call here at 170. We're slightly above that price by 83 cents. And I've calculated this week's pivot, which is currently sitting at, I believe, 171 and some change. Yeah, 171.63. So again, fairly comfortable with this actually, because we want the pivot to be above our current price. So the ideal scenario is by the time I roll this on Friday, we want the price to be around the 170 mark. So therefore, we've taken all of the extrinsic value out of this option, and we can roll this, either keeping it at the 170 or rolling to the 171 for some pretty huge gains, and keep the synthetic on. But I've just realized that the synthetic also ends next Friday as well. So I'm going to have to close out and recenter for that week. So I'm quite comfortable with that. We've now, we talked about before in the last week's video, we saw we're getting very, very oversold at the 18 mark. So again, we did see that rally come up. And again, that's down to producing. They're going to increase the pricing of their Model Y, I believe it is, at the end of April. So again, that got investors very happy. So I've drawn this line. We've kept this line in here now as a touch point to see if we do trickle and we kind of, head on up as part of the TA that we do every single week. So that's pretty much it for this video. Kept it short and sweet because there were no trades today, but I thought I'd give you an update nevertheless. And I shall see you guys in the next video.